Alright guys, well good morning, and Siem Reap is a little bit different at 4:30 in the morning, but we're back with bro and it is time to get to Angkor Wat for morning sunrise. It's a beautiful place at this time of day, but it is very, very different, so I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long time since I had to get up at 4:30, so we're gonna get a coffee down us. Woo! To get to Angkor Wat. Alright, so good morning and welcome to Angkor Wat. We are finally in, and actually it's really, really good because this time we're on the main path in, and last time it was shut, last time I was here. So yes, spoiler alert, I've been before. So that's a really good spot over there to get sunrise, but I think we're going to go through and see if we can get a sunrise just a little bit further through. Show you what I mean. Look at this. It's a beautiful spot, it really is. And this is actually a moat all the way around, and it is absolutely huge. I think that's what Angkor Wat is literally all about. It's just wealth in water, you know. It was a huge, huge city that just had lots of water. So, right, let's go and have a look. So we are officially in Angkor Wat and we are waiting for sunrise. There seems to be a lot of people hanging around outside and there wasn't a very good spot, and it looks the same in here, to be honest. I remember Angkor Wat being super, super busy, but wow, for 5:30 in the morning, people like a sunrise, I have to say. But you can see why. It is super, super beautiful here. It really is. We are basically just walking around in the gardens of what would have been a huge, huge complex. And it's really cool. You have all these big buildings that are just, everything's symmetrical as well. You've got big, nice walkways all the way down the middle. And then you just get us walking across the grass. But this is actually a path, sort of. This goes all the way down to here. And everything has a weird eeriness about it, it really does. It's like super, super weird. But, right, let's see if we're gonna get sunrise. Well, 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 we are not getting a sunset today, are we? Unfortunately. But still a beautiful way to wake up and spend the day. So it looks like people are already starting to make their way through into the big temple itself. So we're going to slowly make our way into there after the queues have slowed down a little bit. But as soon as the sun doesn't come up, you just see everyone up and go. So we'll give it 10 minutes and then we'll get inside.
$2,568 years already. Another 2,000 years more, Buddha number 4 will be expired. Different from present.
Alright, so there you have it. They get worn out. So they run out of time and they end up having to replace basically the statue up in the top. And they used to have it open all the way around, but not anymore. So you can hardly actually see what's in there, but there is still a Buddha at the very, very top. And that is us at the very top. Got to admit, it's super steep getting up here and it's super steep getting down, so just be careful. But it really is a stunning place to be able to just walk around. Alright guys, so we've just paid our respects into the big temple in the middle, and it's always worth doing something live. I think it's pretty nice, to be honest. Pretty dark, but it's good. You just make a little donation, say your wishes, and that's it. So I'm gonna head down from here now. It's starting to get a little bit warm, the sun's starting to come out, and wow, is it humid. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. What time are we on? 5 to 7, and it's super hot. So yeah, bring a towel, some drinks, and yeah, prepare for this. All right, one thing I do have to say is it is super steep coming down here. So unless you are good on your feet and got a good head, I would be careful. Like literally she's 3 steps in front of me and a full body's height away. So look at everyone going up and down here. Wowzers. How did they do this back in the day? Look, there's the original steps. Alright guys, so we are at the engraved wall, and look at the size of this. So this is a well-known part of Angkor Wat, and well, I can see why they've got this up, this thing, because if you look at some of the famous parts of it, it's seriously rubbed. People have been touching this a lot, which is a bit sad really. Same as the wheel and things, but I mean the engravings on this are insane. If you look at the detail on that, and I can't remember exactly what the story is behind this, unfortunately, but it tells different stories of different times, I believe. So there's all different gods that are basically, there's workers in different areas, there's gods in different areas. It shows the people at the bottom, and then it's different layers. I can't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, the engravings on here are insane. And all these are original. These are original, but unfortunately, like I say, with so many tourists being here, everyone's touching everything. But it still looks pretty damn good. I have to say, it does look very, very good. Look at the size of the elephant. So I think the most amazing thing for me with this is, even if I had all the technology using a laser engraver, I would struggle to get it as uniform as this. And for some reason, there's been a lot of different people working on this, because one person can't do all this work in a short period of time. And every single one is like to scale. It is insane. Insane. But I think that's going to wrap it up for main Angkor Wat temple, because, well, we've got a lot to do in one day. We've already been outside and had a look, and if you were to spend as much time as you really want looking at all of this, I think you would spend all day just at this one temple. And there's plenty to look at, so Angkor Wat at 8 o'clock in the morning is still a fantastic place. 8? Well, it's only 7:30. We have been here since 5:30. So I would highly recommend spending more than a couple of hours at this first temple. You can spend half the day here. It's massive, it really is. So without further ado, let's move on. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for Temple 1 for us. That's Angkor Wat done and dusted. So we're going to go and find Bro now, who is actually waiting for us at the end of this big long road, I think. And I think we're going to get some breakfast, which should be in the tuk-tuk still, unless Bro's helped himself this morning. I mean, he's got a big tummy on him this year, so you never know, he could have eaten all the croissants, couldn't he? But there we go. it is a stunning place. If you ever get a chance to come and visit it, I would highly recommend. But bring some snacks, bring some liquids, bring some sun cream, bring some cover. If you're going to fly a drone, go somewhere very quiet. They are very, very good at finding you. That's all I'll say. And to actually get away with the footage is rather difficult, but we somehow just about did it. So I thought I'd managed to run away from guard 1 to get stopped at the gates and end up with them asking me to look at drone footage, to which we just did a lot of confusion in language, said that I don't speak English, she doesn't speak anything, don't know how that works, and then just made out that we had no footage, no drone, no idea of anything. Let me go, please. See you later. Bye, bye, bye. All right, enough about that. Angkor Wat's done. I'm getting breakfast. Ciao. This site is how beautiful it is. It really is beautiful. It's just, it feels amazing being here. And it's probably the cleanest part of Cambodia. It is super, super clean. And there's a lot of wildlife here. The centipedes are the biggest I've ever seen anywhere. So, all right, we're going to the next temple. So we are heading inside Bayon Temple now, and well, it's a little bit dark inside here, and it's really, really bad condition. There is, excuse me, scaffolding everywhere, and you have to be relatively careful in here. It's in a bad way, but yeah, to walk around somewhere like this is absolutely spectacular. But basically, this place is set up a little bit like a compass. So it's got 4 different directions on it, and they are built at different levels to do with different gods, different worships, and it's all to do with water again. This place is to do with irrigation water, so it catches the rainwater, holds it. Talking of rain, I think it's starting to rain now actually, and well, it might cool down the day a little bit, or it might get super humid. But basically, these are all channels for rainwater, so it's an old irrigation system. So as you wander around Bayon Temple, it is crazy. It really, really is. So there's just lots and lots of little corridors, little chambers, and to be honest with you, it's super confusing where you came in and where you go out. But look at these little corridors everywhere. It's fantastic. But unfortunately, like I said, it is definitely falling apart just a little bit, and it's all being held together by wood and steel. So even with it raining here at Bayon Temple, it really, really doesn't matter. It's still red, red hot. I'm dripping, it's so sweaty. But Bayon Temple, tick. Fantastic, it's beautiful. All these, I don't know if you can see, have actual faces on them. So you've got faces, faces, faces. That would have had 4 big faces on it at the top. Now it's got faces going round. It's really, really hard to see because it is a little bit tired, but, well, it's more than a little bit tired, but it is a stunning place to come and have a look. You're not allowed up onto the 3rd tier anymore. So I'm guessing this is tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3 you're not allowed on. But I guess that's going to happen more and more here at Angkor Wat. So you probably want to come and view it sooner rather than later, because it's only a matter of time before either none of this is here or it's been reproduced, because they are trying to, get it back up to a certain standard. So it won't be original at one point. There'll be 95% originality here. In fact, some of those over there are the new stones compared to the older stones here. So Bayon Temple, absolutely fantastic. Ruins, yeah, but it's definitely worth coming and having a look at this place. Well, it's raining, so I think it's time for us to go and get some lunch, or maybe just take an hour break or something. The one thing about Angkor Wat is there's a lot of walking, a lot of traveling, early morning, late nights. So it's a long day, it is. It's probably only 10 o'clock. What time is it, 10 o'clock? It's 9:30. Yeah, 20 to 10, it feels like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I could probably eat a pad thai round about now, but for now, I think we'll just carry on actually. Do you want to do another temple?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're going to go and do another temple and then eat, because some people just don't eat at all. So, all right, ciao for now. All right, guys, so I'm going to do one more temple before food. And however you pronounce this one, Taco Temple, Takiao Temple, Taco Temple. I don't think it's the Taco Temple, is it? So we're going to get down here and check it out. Now this one is super steep. Last time I came here, bless you, darling. Last time I came here, I was with a friend and we did have a hangover, I'm not going to lie. But we both looked at each other at the top of the stairs and said, wow, I've never ever stood at the top of a set of stairs and not wanted to go down them. But you can probably see the place behind us. It is super large and it's super steep. So you best be good on your feet and like steep stairs. But without further ado, let's go and check it out, eh? All right, guys, so we're at the base of the double steep steps now. And I remember last time being at the top of here and thinking, you have to be kidding me. These are super steep. They're not too bad at the beginning because they're quite big. As you get towards the top, they do get super thin. Look at that. Oh, you made it, yeah. All right, so how many people we got coming up? Oh, she's hiding. She might be staying down there actually. But I would definitely advise walking up these sideways like this. It's the only way. It's super hot today. There we go. We're up. It's steep, super steep, and I'm knackered. I best help her up. Hold on. Not as bad as I remember. Honestly, it's not that bad. Well done. All right, guys. So it is super steep. You can't deny that. I mean, there's a lot of people taking breaks halfway up, and I'm surprised they allow you to do that, to be honest. Very surprised. But, whew, I might have to catch my breath. It's really humid, guys. We're on 95%. Easy 95%. Risk of falling. So, okay, got pretty steep. Pretty high up here. But they say that this is the most majestic of all temples for some reason. Now, I can kind of see why, actually. When this would have been in its prime, you've got one big centerpiece, main centerpiece, and then you've got 4 corner points. Now, you can just imagine these having maybe fires in them, or Buddhas in them, or anything, and this would have looked seriously majestic, you know? You see this from afar, maybe without so many trees here, you're gonna hear chanting, and you're gonna see flames, you're gonna smell the incense, and it would be majestic, it would. So I'm not sure if it's a positive or a negative that all these places are being held up by steel. I mean, I guess it's good that they're not like letting it just fall apart, but I don't know. I have no idea, I don't know anything. Very spectacular though. And you can walk up these. If we go up, we're going up. Are we waiting? Waiting. There's a crew up there already, so. Yeah, we'll walk around the 4 and then we'll go up to the top. I think basically we both need a breather before we go up some more steps. Looking out over the forest. Wow, look, everything's so steep. And that's a set of steps. I mean, when you talk about angle of dangle on steps, I don't know what it is nowadays, but that must be 45 degrees. Worse. Way worse. It's about 25 degrees steps or something. It is. I mean, look at that. Literally, you go 4 steps in and you're the 5 steps in and you're the height of me, 5'11" or something like that. Not quite. Right. You're not meant to come out here, I don't think, because they bricked this wall up. But you can stand out here. Look at this. I mean, it is breathtaking. It really is. It's a little bit strange when you see a section that's a little bit broken. I'm trying to find a section that's not so good, but I don't think there is any. And I mean, look at how they allow you to just climb around these ruins. I'm trying to be really careful, but it won't be long before you're not allowed to do this. So yeah, basically they build with that first, and then they cover it with all the nice stones like this. So, right, should we go up? One more. Let's go up. Here we go. Steep steps again. Obviously, let's do the sidewalk. I think there's a song like that. I don't know. Steep, innit? Look at this. Look at this. It is scary.
I'm scared of heights.
Scared of heights or just scared of the steps?
Scared of heights.
Can you imagine going back down? Look down. I'm not very nice like that. Go on, you're all right. You'll be fine. There's plenty of guards to catch you. All right, guys, so there we have it. Right. It's not for the faint-hearted, I'm not gonna lie. From all the way to the bottom to up here is quite high. And I mean, if you were to jump that way, you'd probably end up at the bottom. So it's super steep. So basically, while I put my shoes and socks back on, which is always something that you have to take off when you are either in a sacred room or dealing with Buddha. This is basically just an offering, and you are not praying, you are not asking for forgiveness, you are asking for protection and basically a little bit of guidance to have a good life and to help you along your way. So hopefully Buddha can help us along our way on getting back down the steps, finding some food, enjoying the rest of our time here in Cambodia, and getting us home safe and sound. All right, I think it's time to go and get some lunch. Ciao, ciao. All right, guys, so that is the famous tree, one of the most pictured trees in the world, probably. Most of the time, you have to queue up in front of that, so we got pretty lucky today. The whole place was built upon water, but it started with a big reservoir at the top. This is situated in the middle, and, well, this is basically where it began. And it's also, I guess, where it fell. I mean, that is extreme. It looks like a scene out of Tomb Raider. Well, I guess it is, basically. But if you look into the tree right up there, you can see the bees. There's the beehives, and you can see all the honey if you look really, really, really close. I think that'll do, eh? So you're just sitting in front of my camera.
Oh, sorry.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
6th century, Cambodia.
Hey, thank you, thank you. You get photographers, you get tour guides, and everyone jumping on you. But it's not that bad, you know, it's $1 for a photo, and tour guide is probably worth it if you know nothing about this place. Top tip, just hang around at the back of the tour guide for you. That's what we do. That's what I do.